Hi everyone, it's Jay here, and this is the first video of 2024, and it's going to be the releases for the first half of January. And we're starting off with the Kadena releases, Shonen Note Boy Soprano. This is volume 6 of the series, and in this one, Vladimir's voice has begun to change, and he's losing the ability to sing in the soprano style he loves so much. So if you want to see how he reacts to that, please do pick up this volume. And then we got volume 15 of Shikim Mori's Not Just a Cutie, and this is out on the 9th of January. And with Izumi-kun's help, Hayase-san sets out to make amends with the senpai she's long admired, Shikimori-san. But that's it from Kadena for the first half of the month, as the rest of the releases are all digital, which I don't include. I only include the physical releases of manga. Yen Press also doesn't have any physical releases in the first half of the month, not that I could find anyway, so we're just going to move on to Vis Media releases, starting with Blue Box Volume 8. And in this one, after the actor playing the prince in the class play is knocked out of commission, Taiki is asked to take on the role. And as nervous as he is, he follows through with the performance until an accident befalls him and Hina. And then we've got Volume 9 of Kaiju No. 8. And with the looming threat of a cataclysm, the next generation of the Defense Force takes steps to prepare. I'll say no more because of spoilers. We've got Volume 4, Like a Butterfly, and Kawasumi offers to walk Suren home, and she feels like her heart is going to burst. And while Suren works up the courage to ask if Kawasumi will take her to the upcoming school cultural festival, they're kind of both wondering, are they still classmates or are they something more? And we've got a new series this January, Marriage Toxin. And Gero is a deadly assassin from the Poison Clan, and he swears he'll never settle down until the family orders his sister to produce the Poison Clan's next heir. And Gero refuses to let his sister abandon her chance at true love with her girlfriend, and turns to a marriage swindler for relationship advice. So can they turn this trained killer into a charming husband-to-be? I think this sounds like it could be a very interesting series, so if you do pick this up, let me know what you think in the comments below. Then we have volume 14 of Moriarty the Patriot, and when the Queen herself hires Sherlock Holmes to arrest the Lord of Crime, Sherlock sets out to save William instead. And we got volume 2 of Tamon's Bside, and when the FACE or FACE members compete against each other to determine the new face of the band, Utage helps self-doubting Tamon defend his position. Unfortunately, one of Tamon's bandmates makes a demand. If he wins the contest, Utage will quit being Tamon's housekeeper and support him instead. So there's some high stakes going on there. We've got volume 5, Wolf Girl and Black Prince, and Erika thinks she's hit the jackpot when she and Kyoya finally end up in the same class. But that's going to be short-lived if their classmate Kamiya has his way. An unapologetic womanizer, Kamiya urges Kyoya to ditch Erika and embrace the playboy lifestyle. Will Kyoya give in? You're going to have to read to find out. Then we got volume 6 of Dandan, and the Keto clan tosses Okarun and the gang into an alternate reality version of Gigi's family home as an offering to the serpent god. There they encounter another of the clan's sacrifices. Then we have volume 21 of Fly Me to the Moon. I think this cover looks really pretty, and it's set in the mountains again, where Tsukasa and Nasa find a final gift and a final puzzle left for them. But can Nasa unlock the high-tech secrets hidden in an antique clock, or will Tsukasa manage to break things beyond repair? Then we've got volume 7 of Helk. This is out on the 9th of July, and the powered-up human army and the Empire's soldiers continue to clash in a destructive war. Azudra faces off against the great sage Mikaros, while winged soldiers show up to confront Helk and Vermilio. Then we got volume 28 of Komi Can't Communicate, Now that Komi and Tadano are an official couple, Komi's dad wants another chance to bond with his daughter's boyfriend. This time on a sauna date. It's apparently just as awkward as it sounds. And then we have Mao, volume 15. And just when it seems that the mystery of Sana's death has been solved, surprising details come to light that change everything. And then we've got a release from Sublime called Daisy Jealousy. This seems to be a standalone volume, and it follows Misaki, who has always loved video games and would do anything to break into the industry. He has a silly, happy-go-lucky attitude, but he's always putting his head down to be the best game designer around. And Misaki's certain he is, until he meets Kaname, a genius who tops him in just about every way. So, will this end up in jealousy, or will Misaki learn to love Kaname? You're going to have to read to find out. And then from Dark Horse Comics, we have Hellsing Volume 3. So this is a re-release with a revised translation and has 192 pages. If you like gothic horror mixed with violence, this series is definitely for you. And then Seven Seas Entertainment are releasing a new series called A Cat from Our World and the Forgotten Witch. And it stars a gigantic cat and a lonely elderly witch called Jean. And when she was younger, Jean was a powerful witch who saved the world. But over time, the people she rescued have forgotten her. Now she's a lonely old woman living in a secluded forest until she accidentally summons a cat from Earth to her home. So can a cat soothe the loneliness of the forgotten witch? You're going to have to read to find out. Then we've got volume 4 of Cinderella Closets, and things seem to be going well for Haruka and Kurataki until Kurataki's ex enters the picture. In a mad attempt to get even closer to him, Haruka gets a little braver and offers to cook Kurataki a special meal at his place. Then we've got Kimono Jen Volume 9. And this is an action-packed mystery about a detective and a supernatural boy investigating the occult. And in this one, Inugami has gone to Fukuoka in search of the Pure Stone and has to fight a sumo match against a kappa. That sounds very interesting. Then we have Volume 5, Malevolent Spirits Mononogatari, and this story follows a vengeful exorcist who must live with the very spirits he hates. And here, when Hyoma learns an unsettling new piece of information about Botan, he decides to take a much-needed break from the Nagatsuki household. Botan herself is unsettled, and so takes matters into her own hands, vowing to learn more about her past and her abilities. I do think this series sounds really interesting, so if you've read it, please do let me know in the comments below what you think of it. Then we've got Volume 7 of Momo The Bloodtaker. This is a supernatural murder mystery, and in this one, Brunhilde has imprisoned Momo in her mansion, and to rescue Momo, Mikogami joins forces with Gil. The front cover on this is amazing, I think. I really like the boldness of the colours. Then we have Volume 10 of The Duke of Death and His Maid. And this series follows a duke who, when he was a young boy, had a curse cast upon him, making it so that any living thing he touched would die. And in Volume 10, the Duke and company enroll in a magic school where they can learn time travel to confront Sade in the past. Then we got Volume 2 of My Cat is Such a Weirdo. And this basically follows the everyday lives of two cuddly cats who live with their owner. Definitely one for all the cat owners out there. Another one for the cat owners is My New Life as a Cat, Volume 4. And now, a high school student, he was in a car accident and wound up in the body of a cat. And life in feline form is really growing on him. And he finds his behaviour growing increasingly cat-like. He's grown close to Chica, whether it's comforting her during tough times or simply lounging in sunbeams beside her. Then we have Volume 3 of Soloist in a Cage. And this series is set in a prison city, and this is the final volume. It sounds like a really good series, but I don't want to say anything else because of spoilers for the final one. And this is going to be out on the 9th of January. And then we have The Skull Dragon's Precious Daughter, Volume 3. and it's set in a faraway land, and a young girl called Eve is abandoned in a forest, where she's found by an aging dragon who takes her in and raises her as its own. And in this one, they discover a mysterious village that worships a dragon god. So read if you want to find out what secrets will be uncovered. And that is it for the 2024 January releases for the first half of the month. I hope there's some volumes in there that you are interested in. Let me know in the comments below what you are planning on buying, and I hope you have a really good manga reading month. Bye!